Hello, everybody, and welcome to race number 5 of Season 3 NASCAR Walmart Cup Series. Hi, I'm Levi McIntyre, aka Thrash Maniac 99, the voice of NASCAR Walmart Cup Series, here to welcome you to the Auto Club 500 at Auto Club Speedway. This is going to be a great race, bright sun, daytime, on the oldest surface racetrack of the NASCAR Walmart Cup Series circuit back here in California. 2 miles of some fast speeds, high banking, where they can go 5 wide at times, and it's going to be a fun race. But first things first, let's take a look at the point standings, how they look currently coming into this race. Rookie Joshua Balkin leads by 2 points over Jecko Knight, 5 points over Anthony McCrory, 9 points over Chase Oliver, and 10 points over PJ Williams. And the rest of the top 10 in points are Chris Singer, Kyle Matthews, Dorian Facepuncher, Chris Thomas, and Jesse Setti. Some drivers on the outside looking in are Kyle Singer, Preston Plord, Charles Sanford, last week's winner Joshua Michaels, Danny Wells, Eric Enrage, Seth Cole, David Rivera, Jesse King, and Ken Thoreau. Those are all the drivers, and they are in the top 20 that have 100 points or more already. But we still got plenty of time for some drivers who are way in the back in the points, like Austin Weiner, Rue McIntyre, Michael Norman, to get opportunities to get back into the hunt to make the chase here before too long. But anyways, here's a look at the starting lineup for the Auto Club 500 at Auto Club Speedway in California.
Imagine the dreams of a 13-year-old looking up at the sky, wondering how the world can be so cold. This kid wasn't sold it would be like this. At nighttime, wishes to be safe from this abyss. Cause this shit is something that can be dismissed. A boy born as a girl who is going through the stress. He's got a shotgun up, but can't play for the team. His school won't let him even though it's his dream. Now he's sitting in bed with a loaded gun, thinking about blowing his brains out to kingdom come. Cause he's been bullied and teased all his life. Almost killed himself 2 years ago by slitting his wrist with a knife. I wonder if he sees the things I see for him. 10 years down the line, speaking at the forum. A college graduate up at the top of his class. The first trans NFL player up in the draft.
Well, there's a look at your lineup. Jessica Shelton on the pole with points leader and rookie points leader Joshua Balkin in second. And here we go. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing, boys and girls. Jessica Shelton wants to get some redemption after a tough finish last week at Atlanta, finishing 41st. She's starting on the pole in this race, and we'll see how she will fare here at Auto Club. And already cars are going 3 wide, even 4 wide in some cases in the back of the pack. There you see some of them back there. Wow, just look at this wide pack racing up here in the front end. Oh, I thought I saw smoke, but I guess not. And Jessica Shelton does lead lap number 1 here at California. And well, they are getting racy, and oh, somebody got turned. I think that was Dylan Thoreau who got turned, and then somebody else gets turned. Dylan Thoreau got wrecked. Oh, this is a big, big wreck. I see Joshua Michaels was in it. I see Justin Nichols got caught up. Ken Thoreau was in it. Chris Thomas was involved. There's Dylan Thoreau's car. Looks like he's okay. I think Zachary Fitzwater may have gotten through. And Michael Norman was involved, but not too bad a damage. I think he'll be able to keep going. PJ Williams got a piece of it. So too did James McLeod. I'm thinking that there are more that we don't even know about. I'm trying to look around for. And indeed, Fitzwater did get a piece of it. Ken Thoreau's on pit road already after all this, and Chris Thomas is coming into the pits. he might have gotten the worst end of the deal potentially. We'll see. Let's see if he is going to officially retire. Ken Thoreau's still there. He might be able to continue on, but what about Chris Thomas? Because he and Thoreau are the only ones to have come down pit road from this wreck. And Chris Thomas is indeed going to be out of the race. Ken Thoreau, it's possible, but he hasn't gone over the wall, at least not just yet. But let's take a look at a replay to see what brought the caution out for the first time today here at California. Well, here's a look at what happened. They were going 4 wide back here, around almost in the front of the field, and well, I don't know. It looked like Thoreau might have came up in front of Joshua Michaels and then into Chris Thomas, into Ken Thoreau, and that's going to collect drivers. And whoa, Ken Thoreau actually went upside down, and Chris Thomas ended up on his side for a split second. This was a big wreck, but not a huge wreck to any stretch of the means. Let's actually take a look at this and see what happened for real this time. They were 4 wide. Let's see, or nearly 4 wide. Let's see. Oh yeah, it just looked like just contact with the 17 and the 82, forcing the 17 down into the 14 and into the 99. And as McLeod started pushing up, that is what got him into Michaels and into Thomas and into Ken Thoreau on how those two ended up taking some wild rides. Let's take a look at how that happened. Ken Thoreau took a hard hit in the rear of the car, and yeah, Chris Thomas ended up on his side, and Ken Thoreau nearly went completely upside down, but he comes back down on all 4 wheels. But one of the cars did end up going over the wall, and that was the 14 there, but the 99 may retire as well. And in fact, I think he will be because he had to teleport to pit road. And indeed, I think he will be out. But let's go ahead and take you back to the restart here at California. Well, after that first caution, we do have 2 cars officially out of the race, and they are Chris Thomas and Ken Thoreau, just as I thought. But the cars who were involved did come down pit road to do some repairs as well as get extra fuel and some fresher rubber. But here is how the field looks coming to the restart. Jessica Sheldon's on the pole. 2nd is Dorian Facepuncher. 3rd is Trent Dunham. 4th is Charles Jackson. 5th is Jesse King. 6th is Preston Plord. 7th is Ian Dutta. 8th is Joshua Balkin. 9th is Sonny Hammond. 10th is Biggie Spencer. 11th is Chris Singer. 12th is Chris Washer. 13th is Danny Wells. 14th, Anthony McCrory. 15th is Gabe Williams. 16th is Jecko Knight. 17th is Kendall Maynor. 18th, Chase Oliver. 19th, Matt McIntyre. 20th, Austin Weiner. 21st is Mitchell Riggs. 22nd is Rue McIntyre. 23rd, Kyle Singer. 24th, Seth Cole. 25th, Brandon Nichols. 26th, Cody Lamas. 27th is, let's see, Charles Sanford. 28th, Dylan Young. 29th, Kyle Matthews. 30th, Eric Enrage. 31st, Jesse Setti. 32nd, David Rivera. 33rd, Henrietta Fitzwater. 34th, PJ Williams. 35th, Zachary Fitzwater. 36th, James McLeod. 37th, Michael Norman. 38th, Dylan Thoreau. 39th, Joshua Michaels. And 40th is Justin Nichols. And here we go. Green flag is back out on lap 6 here at California and Auto Club Speedway. So far, Jessica Sheldon has led every lap, and now here comes Dorian Facepuncher down low. So far for this rookie who has never, ever been in an NR2003 series, and this is his first series of his career Walmart Cup Series. So far, he's been showing that he's got some talent. He comes into this race 8th in the point standings and 3rd in the rookie points, and it looks like he will lead that lap. And he does, but Sheldon's got to run up off the higher groove. And Charles Jackson tried getting a run, but now here comes Preston Plord and Biggie Spencer coming underneath. And whoa, almost a wreck right there with Plord and Jackson. That could have ended badly, but they keep it together. And now battle for the lead again as here comes Jessica Sheldon back underneath for the lead underneath of the 15 of Face Puncher. And Sheldon will resume that spot of leading the laps. So far Sheldon has led every lap in this race except for the lap previous, lap number 7. And already back here they are going 4 wide. Back here, this could potentially end bad, or it could be some good racing. We'll see. Oh man, they are 5 wide going through this corner. Oh man, Washer and Sonny make contact. And they keep it together. Wow. They went 5 wide through turns 3 and 4. Almost wrecked, but kept it together. But now this is going to be the danger zone. And whoa, Sonny Hammond in the middle of that. And they're still keeping it together. Somehow, some way, they have not wrecked. At least not just yet. And they are still 4 wide going through the backstretch. This is one of the most interesting parts right now of this race. Is this 4 wide to 5 wide racing back and around near the front toward the middle of the pack. And whoa, Charles Jackson about got turned by Danny Wells, but he saved it. Great save by the 54 car. Somehow the 54's just lost a lot of ground to the leaders. It's Jackson, and whoa, Ian Dutta's gonna get turned, and he comes up in front of Cody Lamas, and that's gonna collect Matt McIntyre and Kyle Matthews. I believe the caution will be out, and indeed the caution is out for a few spins and hits, and Ian Dutta was one of them. Cody Lamas, Matt McIntyre, Kyle Matthews were also in that. Caution is out, and the leader right now is Biggie Spencer in the 83. It's going to be interesting to see what actually brought the caution out for this time. Because we saw Dutta get turned by somebody. Might have been Seth Cole. It could have been Seth Cole. I'm not sure. But we'll see on the replay. And speaking of which, well, first, it looks like there could be some pit stops coming in because they're running lower than the pace car. It might be meaning of the first instances of pit stops taking place. Some aren't going on the apron, some are. But let's see if they are actually coming down. And indeed they are. All the leaders, and pretty much it looks like everybody is coming out of, or is coming into pit road. Looking around if anybody's staying out. Nobody's staying out. As I'm trying to look for the 83, and there he is. See what kind of pit stop he's going to go for. Either he's going with 2 tires and fuel. That is strategy right there. That is interesting strategy, but this track is very, very slick. And he's going to get outbeat out of pit road, or maybe not. It's a duel coming out of the pits between the 83 and the 15. Who's going to officially... Oh, and Dorian Facepuncher got held up. And, whoa, it was close, but I think Biggie Spencer did get Jessica Sheldon by a bumper. And it looks like the top 5 is going to be Biggie Spencer, Dorian Facepuncher, Jessica Sheldon, Joshua Balkin, and Preston Plord. That looks like what the top 5 is going to look going into the next restart. But anyways, let's take a look at a replay to see what brought the caution out for the second time today here at California. Well, here it was. They were just going 3 wide, and then Seth Cole's going to attempt to make it 4 wide, and he's going to come up and hook the 66 of Ian Dutta, and then Dutta's going to slide up and hit up into Cody Lamas, and then Kyle Matthews gets held up, And then he's going to come right up in front of the 31 of Matt McIntyre. While no hard hits, still some pretty good licks were taken in this crash, as well as some damaged race cars. I think the guys who may get it the worst could be Cody Lamas and Matt McIntyre, because they got the front end damage out of that. Let's go to the helicopter camera to see what really happened. Oh yes, Seth did come up and just hooked the 66. Not sure about that, but... And then he's going to come up right in front of Lamas and then down into the 24, and then the 24 back up the track and into the 31. So, Kyle Matthews, tough break for him, because he actually came into this race 7th in the point standings. That could potentially drop him out of the top 10. And Cody Lamas has just had somewhat of a struggle of a season so far this season. Not the season I was expecting from the 48, just at least right now, but we still have plenty of races left before the chase. He could surprise us, but tough break for him today. But let's go ahead and take you to the restart here at California. Well, after that last caution, as I was expecting, 2 cars are out of the race, Cody Lamas and Matt McIntyre, but 2 cars are actually a lap down, Jecko9, Chris Singer. I'm not sure why. Trying to look around. Oh, they're still in pit road. And there's damage on Jecko9's car. It looks like there might have been a issue with them 2 on pit road. I don't know. We'll take a look at a replay of that in case we get another caution, but... Anyways, how the field's going to look, it's Biggie Spencer as the leader. 2nd is Jessica Sheldon. 3rd is Dorian Facepuncher. 4th is Joshua Balkin. 5th is Preston Plord. 6th is Austin Weiner. 7th is Gabe Williams. 8th is Chase Oliver. 9th is David Rivera. 10th is Kyle Singer. 11th is Charles Jackson. 12th is Danny Wells. 13th is Kendall Maynor. 14th Chris Washer. 15th Sonny Hammond. 16th is Jesse King. 17th is Trent Dunham. 18th Eric Enrage. 19th Rue McIntyre. 20th Seth Cole. 21st is Charles Sanford. 22nd Anthony McCrory. 23rd Michael Norman. 24th James McLeod. 25th Jesse Setti. 26th Dylan Young. 27th PJ Williams. 28th Justin Nichols. 29th Dylan Thoreau. 30th is Zachary Fitzwater. 31st is Henrietta Fitzwater. 32nd Mitchell Riggs. 33rd Brandon Nichols. 34th Kyle Matthews. 35th Joshua Michaels. 36th Ian Dutta. 37th Chris Singer. And 38th Jecko9. Both of them, the 18 and the 5 lap down. But green flag is back out, and Biggie Spencer got off to a great jump. Either that or Sheldon didn't get going. But I'm thinking Sheldon didn't get going, and that's why the 83 got that jump that he did. And now here comes Joshua Balkin underneath for 2nd, along with Austin Weiner right behind him. 2 Fords kind of drafting off each other, but now here comes Austin Weiner to make it 3 wide for not only, it's going to be for 2nd, also David Rivera and Gabe Williams is going to follow suit. Austin Weiner so far this season has been struggling. Comes into the race 40th in points. He needs to get a good finish. So far he's having that right now. Biggie Spencer's leading, but here comes Sheldon back underneath. And whoa, they are 5 wide back here. Well, they were, and now it's 4 wide, but there is a little bit of craziness right there. And that was around the 2nd spot. And it's 4 wide for 3rd, or at least it was, and now it settles to 3 wide. But Gabe Williams actually goes to 2nd now. But oh man, old Biggie Spencer got a little contact from David Rivera right there. And look at this, 5 wide going down the front stretch. Whoa, and nearly contact with Gabe Williams. And whoa, somebody gets turned. I saw Facepuncher get turned, and then some more cars involved. And some cars actually hit the outside wall. Rue McIntyre was one of them. There is Dorian Facepuncher, and he got damaged. And Biggie Spencer, one of the dominant cars of the race, he gets collected in this. And battle back to the line, and Austin Weiner's got the spot for now. But now here comes Sonny Hammond and Chris Washer. This is going to be close, but I think Weiner's going to get the lead right there. There you see all the skid marks from what just happened. Rue McIntyre was involved in that. I see damage on Justin Nichols' car on the rear end. Looks like there were definitely more cars involved than I anticipated. Joshua Balkin's back here, although he might have gotten held up. Preston Plord got some side damage out of that deal. And I think that was pretty much it of all the cars that were involved for the most part, but it looks like they may come down pit road again. Let's see if it is indeed the case, and Austin Weiner's coming in. Looks like everybody's coming back into pit road to make one last pit stop, so that way they don't have to pit anymore the rest of the race. Chase Oliver actually got some damage out of that deal. So too did David Rivera. I did see him scrape the outside wall, and Charles Sanford might have gotten a piece of it. And actually, two cars are staying out, and those are the two lap down machines of Jecko Knight and Chris Singer, so they stay out to try to get their lap back. Good strategy for them two to try to get back on the lead lap. Let's see if these guys, and Austin Weiner's going 4 tires. Let's see what happens, and here he's coming out of the pits, but Sonny Hammond's right there, but Weiner's going to outbeat him out of the pits. So it looks like the top 5 when we get back going on the restart is going to be Austin Weiner, Sonny Hammond, Chris Washer, Jessica Sheldon, and Danny Wells. He got a solid pit stop out of that deal. There you see Jecko and Chris. Both look like they're back on the lead lap. But they're going to be on the very tail end, it looks like, unless they're coming into the pits this time. But let's take a look at a replay to see what brought the caution out for the second time today here at California. Well, we're going to try to see what really triggered this crash. And we're going to keep an eye with Dorian Facepuncher because this was where he was. Oh, he comes up, or no, it looked like Biggie Spencer came up in front of Joshua Balkin, and then another wreck up ahead with Chase Oliver, David Rivera, and Preston Plord. We'll have to look at that again. And this ends up with Facepuncher and Spencer going up and hitting the outside wall, but let's go to the helicopter camera. This will help. Let's see what happens. And indeed, Spencer does come up in front of Balkin, and then David Rivera up ahead. He just got sandwiched in between the 21 and the 41. Then the 28 actually goes up and hits the outside wall pretty hard. I knew he got a piece of it, but not that bad. But that was a tough break for the 83 and the 15. Both having strong cars that could have maybe won the race, but now their chances are going to be pretty much over now. But that was a look at what happened as to what brought the caution out for the third time. Let's take you to the restart at California. Well, after that last caution, we do have 2 more cars officially out of the race, and they are Dorian Facepuncher and Rue McIntyre. Jecko Knight and Chris Singer are still a lap down because I did see they kind of came down to pit again. So they will remain a lap down. But Austin Weiner's the leader. Second is Sonny Hammond. Third is Chris Washer. Fourth is Jessica Sheldon. Fifth is Danny Wells. Sixth is Gabe Williams. Seventh is Eric Enrage. Eighth is Kendall Maynard. Ninth is Charles Jackson. 10th is Seth Cole. 11th is Dylan Young, 12th is Jesse Setti, 13th is Michael Norman, 14th Kyle Singer, 15th Jesse King, 16th Dylan Thoreau, 17th Trent Dunham, 18th James McLeod, or actually Mitchell Riggs, 19th James McLeod, 20th is Justin Nichols, 21st is Brandon Nichols, 22nd is Anthony McCrory, 23rd is Ian Dutta, 24th is Charles Sanford, 25th is Joshua Balkin, 26th is David Rivera, 27th Henrietta Fitzwater, 28th Kyle Matthews, 29th PJ Williams, 30th is Joshua Michaels. 31st is Zachary Fitzwater. 32nd, Chase Oliver. 33rd, Preston Plord. And 34th, Biggie Spencer. Then 35th a lap down is Chris Singer. And 36th a lap down is Jekko Knight. It's going to be interesting to see who is going to be the points leader now. Excuse me, after this race. But 16 to go, green flag back out. And wow, oh, power move. Here comes Sonny Hammond already to the bottom for the lead. Sonny Hammond, he's on a mission to try to get that win that has long eluded him in his entire Walmart Cup Series career. And he's right now, so far this season, despite last couple of races not being that great, he's been doing pretty decent in that 47 car. Much better than how he started the season off last season in the 07. And Sonny Hammond does lead this lap here at California, but Austin Weiner coming in right behind him. And wow, I see 4 wide back there for a split second, and it's 3 wide for the most part right now. Chris Singer and Jekko Knight not making it very easy for these leaders to come by, or the lead lap cars to get on by, and now here comes Austin Weiner down low to get the lead back from the 47. And that's going to open up room because here comes Charles Jackson and Kendall Maynard with Dylan Young. And this is the first time we've talked a lot about Dylan Young in quite some time in Walmart Cup competition. Last season, finished around the top 20 or so in the point standings, but this season so far, he's starting to try to pick up the pace a little bit, and here he is up here in the top 5 right now as Sonny Hammond is in the lead. So far, we are clean and green during this run. Dylan Young following suit right and by and next to his teammate Austin Weiner, while their teammate Brandon Nichols, as I'm trying to look for him, there he is back here in a little bit of a hornet's nest. But he's keeping it together. Well, contact with the 23 and the 18. Oh, I don't think the 18 is going to be very happy with the 23 after this race. I don't think Chris Singer is going to be too happy with Justin Nichols after that little shebang. Meanwhile, back up at the front, Sonny Hammond continues to lead, and Kendall Maynard was second, and now here comes Dylan Young. Jessica Sheldon going to run low, so is Kyle Singer and Charles Sanford. As to is Eric Enrage. Dylan Young is another guy who's trying to get his second career Walmart Cup Series win. He won a race back in Season 2, and that's how long it's been since he's won a race. And he wants to get that second win and hope to do better with that and make it into Chase this season. Dylan Young is definitely a winning driver. It's just been bad luck struggles, and now here he comes down low for the lead underneath of the 47 of Hammond. But Hammond does lead that lap, but we'll see how Young is going to do going into this next corner. And whoa, man, oh man, that was nearly 4 wide for the lead. And they were sliding, but they keep it together. Meanwhile, Dylan Young's still running low. We'll see if he can get by him off of 4. Just some great racing happening up ahead, and when we come to the stripe, it's going to be 10 to go here in California in Auto Club. Sonny Hammond seems to be doing really, really well on the high line. He seems to be the only car to really get going up high, it looks like. So Sonny Hammond's doing a good job with running a higher line than normal. But Dylan Young, he's fast, and here he comes. Dylan Young is pretty fast on the low line, but we'll see if he can get by him this time, if he's going to be able to capitalize. But now here comes Eric Enrage as well. He's into the picture. Same with Kyle Singer as well. And look at this camera angle shot. Dylan Young, he's got a line going there, but Sonny Hammond still is leading the race. But Young, he's still running low, so we'll see if he can do anything coming off of turn 2, and he's coming. Let's see if he can get him cleared coming off of this corner. No, he doesn't have him cleared yet. And this is going to be interesting coming off of turn 4 as to who's going to get the position. We are still clean and green, and it looks like Dylan Young still hasn't quite cleared him yet, though he's got a better run this time, and Young does lead that lap, and here comes Kyle Singer as well. Let's see if Young will get cleared of him coming off of turn 2 this time. But Kyle Singer's right there hot right behind, and Young does clear Hammond, but Kyle Singer is coming as well. Gabe Williams is on his way, and look who else is coming into the picture. Anthony McCrory. He has not won a Walmart Cup Series race yet, and he wants to get that win, and so far this season he's been doing excellent. He comes into this race 3rd in the points, and he could potentially be the new points leader coming into the next race. But we'll see how that's all going to work out as Dylan Young still leads, but Sonny Hammond's right behind him, and it's 3 wide for the lead, but Kyle Singer, is he going to clear Young coming off of 2? And he does. Kyle Singer is the leader. Kyle Singer, another one of those very good rookies this season. He comes into this race 11th in the points. He wants to get in that top 10, but now Young and Hammond make it 3 wide for the lead. Let's see if Hammond can get by on the bottom groove, and I think he's going to get the spot again because he is clearly ahead of the 2. So Sonny Hammond back up at the front. Sonny Hammond is definitely another hungry driver to get that first win in his Walmart Cup career. Same with other people like Charles Jackson and people like that. Trent Dunham to get a 2nd win, same with Dylan Young. Meanwhile, Hammond may have the lead, but now here comes Young back underneath, and Austin Weiner's coming back into the picture as well. 2 Penske cars trying to go by the JTG Daugherty car of Sonny Hammond, and Hammond actually got the wall a little bit by running too high up. And now here comes D. Young coming underneath for the lead again. As it is less than 5 to go here at California, and it's going to be very interesting to see who is going to be able to capitalize. Here comes Austin Weiner trying to get back to 3rd. And Jessica Sheldon, who led early on, she's coming back. Gabe Williams is in the picture. Kyle Singer. Many others trying to get into the battle. 4 to go here at California. Sonny Hammond continues to hold them off. Battle for 2nd between Penske teammates. Austin Weiner underneath Dylan Young. Jessica Sheldon starting to lurk her way into the picture. Now Austin's going to get a little bit of like a draft help from Austin Weiner. Now he's going to leave him up, and it's going to be 3 wide for 2nd. Jessica Shelton trying to get her first win this season. And Sheldon, she's got the spot now, but not completely cleared yet. Meanwhile, this is exactly what Sonny Hammond wants, is them to race hard so he can just keep pulling ahead as it's 3 to go here at Vegas. And Joshua Balkins came out of pit road. That could be a sign for pit stops. Many other cars are coming in. That kind of shows that they may not make it on fuel potentially. This is going to get interesting. Interesting real fast. And Sonny Hammond slowing down. Same with Sheldon. Oh man, that is very unfortunate for Sonny Hammond, because maybe these leaders up here will be able to stretch it. Right now it's Trent Dunham in the lead with Austin Weiner in 2nd. 2 to go here at California. And Austin Weiner trying to go for his first win of this season. And if I may remember, this would be potentially be the 8th win of his career to tie the record with Chris Washer again. And Austin's got the spot, but is he going to be able to make it on fuel or not? As more cars are coming in, Dylan Young's coming in the pit road. And we're getting ready to take the white flag. White flag is out for Austin Weiner. Battle for 2nd with Earnhardt Ganassi teammates, Eric and Rage and Trent Dunham. But they're going to have to deal with some slower cars Cars who have just come out of the pits. This is going to be really interesting. But do they have enough fuel to make it? Austin Weiner doing a good job of keeping it together. Let's see if he's going to be able to do it. Here coming off of turn 4. Trent Dunham's got to run, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Austin Weiner gets his first win of Season 4 and the 8th of his career. The defending series champion, Austin Weiner, wins at California. Unbelievable job by the 22. Managed to make it on fuel and wins this race. And what a shakeup in the finishing order after those pit stops by some cars. And I think Austin, he has just now ran out of fuel. So he had one lap to the good on fuel, and he's going to be able to coast it back into his pit stall for sure. So, but unbelievable. That is impressive. But let's take a look at the results. Austin Weiner gets his first win of Season 4 and the 8th of his career. And the defending champion of Walmart Cup Series wants to go for 2 in a row potentially. But great job nonetheless by that 22 team. Trent Dunham tried to do what he can at the end, but he's going to be happy with a solid second place finish. Eric Enrage, Trent's teammate, comes up right behind him in third. Great run for the 42 team of Enrage. That could boost them back up into the top 10 in points. Gabe Williams, solid performance of fourth. And rounding out the top 5 was Charles Sanford. Great run for the 20 team. Jesse King, solid finish of 6th. This finish could potentially put him back in the top 10. Mitchell Riggs follows up his second place finish last week at Atlanta with a solid 7th here at California. Danny Wells gets a good run of 8th, another solid finish for the 4 team. That could move him into the top 10. Chris Washer, great run of 9th, and Jesse Setti, solid finish in the 10th spot. Great run for her. And then the rest of the cars that finished on the lead lap that did not pit were Seth Cole, Justin Nichols, Michael Norman, Dylan Thoreau, Kyle Singer. Or actually, a couple cars did. Kyle Singer, Dylan Young, and Kendall Maynard. They did pit, but managed to stay on the lead lap. Everybody else behind them finished a lap down, and they were Jessica Sheldon, Brandon Nichols, Sonny Hammond, so close to getting his first win of his career, but because he couldn't make it on fuel, came down the pit road late and lost the race. So tough break for that 47 team. Charles Jackson, Anthony McCurry, Jecko Knight, Joshua Balkin, Ian Dutta, Chase Oliver, Henrietta Fitzwater, David Rivera, Preston Plord, James McLeod, Kyle Matthews, Joshua Michaels, PJ Williams, Zachary Fitzwater, Biggie Spencer, and then 2 laps down, Chris Singer, and everybody else was out of the race. Dorian Facepuncher, Rue McIntyre, Cody Lamas, Matt McIntyre, Chris Thomas, and Ken Thoreau. That does it for our coverage today here at California. The next race we are going to be heading to, as I'm trying to find it, we will go to a unbelievable race coming up next. The next race we run is going to be the return of the Turn of Death. We head to Thornton next week for the next race of Walmart Cup competition. And that's going to be exciting. So until we get to Thornton for the Survivor Series 300, here are your results, rookie points, and regular points going into that race. And this is Levi McIntyre signing off.
Become a movie star or be a pro racer and drive fast cars. It don't matter the age, it don't matter the color, it don't matter the gender or who you love. If you got it in your heart, then go ahead and do it. If you have a gift, then please go ahead and use it. Cause I was feeling stupid while trying to do music, thinking that I had no voice and that I was useless. But as I write this down, I can see what I mean. Nobody ever will stop me from achieving my dreams.